So Matt has been a member of this group, which you became last year, right?
December.
Since December last year. So he's been with us 6 months and he's been a real active member. We're thrilled to have him. So Matt, you got 10 minutes with 5 minutes of feedback. Take it away.
All right, sweet guys. Thanks so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. So as Dan said, my name's Matt with Paychex. I'm going on my 3-year mark here on June 27th. So super excited about that. And you know, obviously Matt's here with me as well. But I'm going to just kind of delve in, talk to you a little bit about who we are, what it is we do, go from there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get it started. So I like to show this slide just because we've been in business for about 48 years now, but we've been honored and respected over 40 years, which is nice. As you can see there, we've been in some of the best magazines out there. So Fortune, Training Magazine, Paychex spends a lot of time investing in me, just so that I can best position my clients and help them out as much as I can with payroll related stuff. So we won't go through it one by one, but you know, it's pretty cool to see. Definitely speaks to the reputation. As far as the strengths of Paychex, we're a zero debt company, so it's nice to not owe anybody anything. And we basically are publicly traded. Our stock is sitting at about $86 a share right now, which is pretty cool. 13,000 employees, and we issue over 11 million W-2s, which is nice. So pretty cool things in terms of strengths, but there's a lot of other things that separate in terms of a differentiator as well. So why Paychex? A lot of people say, well, you know, Matt, I can just do payroll myself. You know, that's fine and dandy if you're a business owner and you want to be able to do it yourself. I have no problems with that at all, but I think a lot of times with businesses, they get so bogged down in trying to do a lot of their taxes, their payroll taxes, filing those things, putting together a 941 is so time consuming for a lot of people. So why outsource? Well, we take on 100% of the tax liability for you. So if there's anything that goes wrong with your taxes and you're on our payroll, we pay for it 100%. Obviously the time savings, we mentioned that, and then really just the peace of mind. Bill's a client of ours as well. Thank you, Bill. They also say, hey, why Paychex? I usually like to say, why me? Take a chance with me. I'm more than happy to help guide you. I kind of come from that sales, customer service type background, and I just want to make sure that my clients are taken care of. You know, anytime somebody, Alicia sends me somebody, you know, that's really important for me to take that on and make sure that they're guided every step of the way, and that they're taken care of and they have a good experience. I like to show the employer and employee relationship. Really what I want you to grasp from this is we want to be everything in between hiring and separation. So all the services we offer, onboarding, HR, time and attendance, we have everything from a punch clock to geofencing where, hey, if I need to know if my employee's at work, I need to look on my phone and see if they're there. So it's pretty crazy some of the services we offer. Yeah. So and then payroll, I mean,
You offer that on children.
we do offer that. I offer that on Rob because I can grab my hair and all that stuff. HR compliance, we didn't talk about that, Rob. Yeah. But pretty cool to see, kind of gives you a visual. This next one really piggybacks off the previous slide. So obviously I'm working here in the payroll side of things, but we also have our platform is Paychex Flex. So really we're going to gear everything to how you want to run your business. So if it's just payroll that you need offhand, great, we can do that. But as you continue to grow, because as business owners, we always want to continue to grow. Maybe you're going to need HR. You know, we live in a different world today where we have the whole Me Too movement. We offer trainings every year that your employees are required to take for harassment, so make sure that they're taken care of. They've got that training out of the way so that you as an employer can show that. So it's pretty cool. And then in terms of how it works, you can process payroll every pay period, whether it's weekly, monthly. It just depends on how you want to do it, how you want to pay yourself. And then we pool the taxes that are based off of the gross wages, so like the FICA taxes, Social Security, Medicare, state withholding, federal withholding. That all comes out on the actual check date. But like you can do it from your phone, you can do it with your specialist. You have a dedicated specialist. And then when those taxes come due from the state or respective state and Fed agencies, we pay for them on your behalf. Remember, anything goes wrong, we pay for it. And then once a year, we file the W-2s for you, or 1099s, however you want to do it. Process in itself, you have me as a sales representative. I can basically set up the accounts, talk with people about getting things going, and you have an implementation specialist. They do the welcome call. And then ongoing, you have a dedicated payroll specialist. That's the one point of contact. I like to say they're your 411 and I'm your 911. So if you ever need anything, I'm more than happy to get it over to them if for any reason you're unable to get a hold of them. And the 24/7 support service, if it's after hours, that is based here in the U.S. It's not outsourced, which is nice. Definitely speaks volumes. We won't go through line by line in some of the advantages, but I will say that the personalized service with our implementation specialist, having me take care of everything for you, local taxes. I don't know if anybody knows this, but if you have somebody in the state of Colorado, well, in Denver, a business that works in Denver, you're required to have Denver occupational tax. So, because it's considered a privilege to work in the city of Denver, even if your business is registered in Boulder, but you have employees working down in Denver, you are required to pay that occupational tax, but we can handle that for you, which is pretty nice. So, and we take full advantage of like having a secure backup, secure files. We're not waiting like Target or some of those other companies that have been breached. We're not going to wait for the problem to hit before we handle it. So. In terms of how you want to do your payroll, yeah, you can still do it through fax. These two items right here I like to show as demo and mobile. I don't know who uses fax anymore, but believe it or not, I've met with some clients where I'm like, wow, we're still doing it manually, so, okay. But you can do it online, you can do it right from your phone. These are demos, we won't get into that just for the sake of time, but multiple ways you can run your payroll. These are some of the payroll reports that we issue. I'll just kind of highlight a few. We won't have to go through every one of them, but the payroll journal is nice because it actually shows you a snapshot of your current payroll. So it breaks down the employees, the taxes, which is really nice, and it shows you everything you need to see. As far as like cash requirements reports, this will show you how much you need in your account to actually cover net payroll, and where the account's coming from, what we're taking out, which is nice. Sometimes people just worry, okay, how much am I going to need in there before the check date? That'll show you right down there. General ledger, I like to say, we offer a general ledger service. A lot of times owners want to integrate with QuickBooks. We can do that. We pretty much can integrate with any sort of accounting software. We just need a CSV file and a list of the chart of accounts, and we can go ahead and build out the site. It takes about 4 to 5 weeks, but we can do it. So just to kind of recap, quarterly, state, local, we do it all. Annuals, 941, or excuse me, W-2s, 940s, 1099s, we do them all. And just to wrap up, so what we need just to set up, it's pretty easy. Just a Fed ID, so your EIN, an old business tax return to work, an SS4 form, a voided business check, or your, and your employee's W-4 information or their W-9 if they want to be a contractor. But that is it. I have a little trivia question here. Does anybody in this room, with the exception of maybe Alicia, because she probably knows, but and Matt, know when the biggest month of payroll is? Take a guess. January, man, yes. January is the biggest month. Yeah, I know. I'll get you a prize. I'll get you a prize. But yeah, January is the biggest month of payroll. Reason being is because it's when nobody has been paid in the previous year. So when it comes to October, November, December, a lot of times people are like, I don't want to set up in the current year, I want to set up with you guys in January. So I'm setting up January deals in like October, November, December, because it's a clean slate, no wages have been paid for that year, but that is the biggest selling month. So having said all that, open for questions.
We have just about 5 minutes left, so questions for Matt?
I have more of a testimonial. I started using Paychex in January with the previous payroll company that was challenging, and that's been great. Really, really responsive, and it's been really awesome. So thanks, man.
Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it. It means a lot to me.
I'm also going to give a testimonial. So Matt has worked with Realities for Children as more of like a community involvement role, but he's very just genuine and authentic. And I've also worked with businesses around town that, like I saw your card on Neil from Elevations Credit Union's desk the other day.
Yeah,
and everyone
Neil,
has wonderful things to say about that because they're true. And we appreciate Paychex support at Realities for Children.
Thanks, Sid.
Anyone else want to love on Matt?
That's the
I'm
best.
gonna love on that a little bit. I will say that you should never try to do your own payroll, ever. I fix payroll problems regularly. And Matt does such a great job just making sure everything gets set up correctly, and then once it's set up, I kind of take over. So he goes through the pain of getting it ready to go, and then I make sure that the client never has to call him again. So.
Thanks, Alicia.
But
Appreciate
he
that.
makes it really easy. I appreciate it. And it's like having insurance on your payroll, because one problem with your payroll, the penalties on it will cover a year or two of using his service. So it's all.
Thank you, Alicia. Appreciate that. Yeah, there's 8 million tax penalties every year in payroll, so it's crazy. But it's a good thing to have, and it's just like Alicia said, it's insurance for all the back end administrative stuff that you don't have to worry about.
Any other questions? Yeah,
Do you have different packages for different size businesses?
Yeah, so like I said, the platform's flex, so it's really just going to depend on how you want to run your business. So we do have different packages. Somebody might just need payroll offhand, somebody might need HR services. We offer things where you have an HR generalist, where it's basically somebody that can come in and say, okay, this is compliant, this isn't compliant. You can probably get in trouble for this with OSHA, whatever it may be. So that's probably going to be somebody who's like a bigger type business. But yeah, it's the package is going to be geared towards how you want to run it, whether you're just starting out or whether you're already a big company, and we're just trying to offer those solutions that best fits your needs. So, but in the pricing, I know everybody wants to know price and stuff. I mean, it really is just going to depend on how often they're paying their employees, monthly, weekly, semi-monthly, bi-weekly. Basically, the higher the frequency, the more expensive it can be for you. So,
Any other questions from that?
How many people is the minimum?
one, I do everything from 1 all the way up to 49 employees. The company was founded off of 1 to 2 employees for just setting up payroll. So when a lot of times people say you guys are too big for us, that's not really the case. We're never too big for anybody. I still like to, I kind of like to quarterback everything. So I handle everything from 1 to 49 employees, but anything 50 and above to 250, I mean, I still like to be very much involved in that process.
All right, well, thanks very much, Matt.
Thank you guys.